All right, looks like we're live everywhere but Amazon. Waiting for the stream to be detected there so we can go. And there it went. So I'm going to hit go live on Amazon and let's get into it. 3, 2, 1. All right. Hello. Welcome. Let's dive in to a quick look at what do we have? Gifts and stocking stuffers, I think is what we're going to talk about today. So easy things for you to do. Um, I know that this is being broadcast like a day and a half before Christmas. So we're on short notice, right? If you hadn't shopped for everything, you still have a chance to order some things. Maybe they show up on time. Maybe it's a day or two late. But I want to give you some ideas of things that might work, as well as some things that you can get right away that are going to solve the problem for you, right? Like, all right, let's see. I'll select our first product on the screen. We're going to talk about a Starbucks gift card. Let me refresh the other screen real quick and see if I can follow along. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, so now I can monitor and make sure everything's going well over there. So on the screen, we have the Starbucks $5 gift card. That's going to be this little booger right here. And a $5 gift card, $50 gift card. It's whatever denomination you want. I think I know some other ones we're going to talk about. You can pick the denomination. Starbucks probably has some preset ones. That's not the important part. You can shop through and figure out which one you want to use, but this is something that you can get a physical card. Maybe you can get like an e-card, something that's emailed to you. So you could order this Christmas morning when you realize that you forgot someone, or you wouldn't forget someone, would you? But just in case, a Starbucks gift card is an option for you that you can do on short notice. So I wanted to be sure you're aware of that. That could save you for real. So, all right, next we'll move on to the Amazon gift card. I'm not being very original. The first three are gift cards. I'm going to warn you right there. Here's our Amazon gift card. This one happens to be $25. You can get all sorts of denominations. You see the reload because I like to be kind of eco-friendly. And if you already have these, and who doesn't already have Amazon gift cards, you can use the reload function to reload them, to put new money on them so that the people that you want to gift things to, you don't have to wait for them to ship you this card. You can enter the number off of this card in the reload and reuse the card, or you can get an e-gift card as well. So that was item number 2. See, we're moving quick today. All right, we got lots of ideas, but we're going to get through them as quick as we can. Next, we have the third and final gift card is from Panera Bread. The Panera gift card, here we go. This one is tagged on the one I'm holding here in front of me is 15 to 200. So that gives you a wide range of what you can put on it. Through the link on Amazon, you can pick from whatever options they give you there. But again, it can be an e-card, it can be a real card. And that gives you a really good option if you're on short notice, but also if you just don't know what to get the person, or maybe you're gifting to someone who prefers to make their own choices. Doesn't matter what you give them, they're not going to like it. So just give them a gift card. Let them get what they want, right? So those are the 3 gift card options that we had there. Next, let's move on to something that literally just arrived about 20 minutes ago. I have not opened the box yet. I thought we'd do this together. From Boya, we have the Boya Mini, and I'm excited about this because I've been using a larger version of the Boya. Many of the videos that you'll see on Amazon, at YouTube, whatever, are this larger version of the Boya set. The Mini just came out. Presumably they're smaller. Let's open it up and have a look. We're going to do this together, okay? Oh, knocked my microphone over there. So I have to figure out how to get this open gracefully on screen here. There we go. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it's much, much more compact. See, that's the thing. Oh, we have a charging cable hiding in the base. So if you get one of these, you can't find your charging cable. It's a USB which one is it? A USB and USB-C. It's an A and C. So C is the part that's going to plug into the Boya Mini. This is a wireless lavalier microphone system, by the way, if I was unclear on that. And yes, I am digging this size and especially the thickness. The problem I have with the larger one, they're both sideways here. If I want to tuck it in my pocket, like walking around a trade show, this is a big mamma jamma that's going to stick out and cause me problems. Look at how small that is. This is what I've been waiting for. All right. Here is, oh, absolutely. Look at the size of those little guys in there. So we have in here 2 of these. Look at that, is tiny. This is the transmitter. Your microphone's up here on the top, and we have a noise reduction button on the side, and then your little contacts on the bottom. Here's a tip for you if you get these for yourself or for someone else, whatever. There is a little bit of plastic down here on the bottom, and I'm going to try to show you as I'm peeling it off here. If you don't peel that off, they won't charge. That's what covers up the contacts inside. So I'm going to stick that back on the box and watch when I drop this back in here. Now the light comes on and that means it is charging. I want to take the other one out and do that too, so I can have these all charged up and ready to go. There's our little bit of plastic. We'll pull that off, and that reveals our little metal contacts on the bottom. You can see them there. So again, watch when I drop it in here. You can see the contacts work because it lit up. That's lighting up green, so that means it shipped mostly charged. Oh, and this is tiny too. I absolutely love this. This is the part that plugs into the bottom of the phone. So let's say I'm using my iPhone here. It's just going to plug right in the lightning port. If you have a phone with a different type of port, they make these with all sorts of different ones. So it plugs in right there, and you can see the little blue light flashing here means that it's on, but it's not connected because my phone was turned off. So it won't work in that situation. What I want to show you though is compared to the size of the receiver. This is the receiver from the old one that I've had. Look at that. That's amazing. I am super excited about this little one. That is going to a trade show with me in less than a month. And this is going to fit in my pocket so much easier than the bigger one. I'll take the big one as my backup. This will be the one that goes in my pocket. I've had fantastic luck with these. I have, how many do I have? 6 or 7 probably different Boya wireless lavalier microphone sets. They've sent me lots to look at over the past couple of years, and everyone seems to be better than one before it. This is definitely going on my trade show must-have list. Okay, next. Oh, this one's going to be good. All right. Because we already talked about I carry a microphone when I'm broadcast, when I'm at a trade show, filming, talking, interviewing people, whatever. Sometimes we interview people where we're not walking around. We can afford to have a more wired setup. So now we're going to talk about from Movo. They call it the podcast equipment bundle for 2 with a USB audio interface and everything. So this one's going to be a little harder to get on screen. And I'm losing pieces. So I'm going to show you first. It's all in this box, okay? So we have an audio interface, the MDX1, and you can see we've got a couple XLR/quarter-inch ports, as well as master volume and a couple other little functions in there. So that is your audio interface, how you convert your microphone signal into what your software can use for your podcast. 2 of these over-the-ear earphones, headphones. So here's one. Here's the other one. All right. So we got 2 of those. Let's set those out of the way. And then we have 2 of these. This is the Cast Mic, a dynamic broadcasting microphone. Now, it does have a cardioid pattern. That can be a little bit hard to say. It's not a condenser microphone. It's dynamic. So that means if I'm not mistaken, unless I'm getting it backwards, condenser mics require 48-volt phantom power and dynamic mics don't. So you do not have to have phantom power. Here's the other one. So 2 microphones. And then, of course, we have two microphone stands. So this is the full shooting match here. We have the audio interface, headphones, microphones, mic stands. Okay, we'll set those out of the way. And then there were actually, there's a little splitter cable in here as well. And I'm not even positive what that's for. But that, in totality, that is what makes up the Movo podcast equipment bundle for two, with two mics, two headsets, audio interface, mic stands. You're ready to set it up on the desk and dig into your discussion and podcast. So next. Oh, this is a good one. So as I tag the next product, the Donner Hush X. It's an electric guitar. It's a travel guitar. Let me see here. The guitar is right here, and I can't reach the specific case. I can show you. This is the same case, just for a different model. This is for the Hush I Pro, but it's the same case, same size case that is used for the Donner Hush X. It just says Hush X up here instead of Hush I Pro, because, of course, I have the Hush I Pro right here. We're not talking about that one right now. Great guitar, but we're talking about the Hush X. This is the electric guitar version. So we have a single coil pickup and a humbucker and a very nice adjustable bridge and tuners down here at the bottom. An asymmetrical rounded neck. And it is a neck through. It's all one piece of wood going all the way through. It is, it has a, boy, what am I trying to say here? There's a battery in the bottom, and there's a little amplifier built into it with your pickup selector here. So 1, 2, 3, you have in the top position, you have your neck pickup. In the middle, you get both. Down at the bottom, you get the bridge pickup. You have tone and volume on this kind of split knob. Down under right here, you can see your power button for, let's see, I said that wrong. No, there's not a power button down here. We have an input for like an MP3 player. We have an output for a headset, and then the passive active switch. That's what we have on this one. I've got a few models of the Donner Hush products. I get them confused sometimes, so I apologize for that. An improvement over the original Donner Hush is that these are super easy to take on and off. I call these the wings. This is the support for where it sits on your leg. Okay, so that's all you have to do to put it in, take it out. On the other side, this is the one that kind of sits kind of under your arm when you're playing and gives it that guitar shape. That one comes out as well, and super, super easy. With the two wings off, you can put it back in the case, and it becomes super small for as a travel guitar. It is a headless. It has a 0 fret. You see up here at the top, little hook up here to hang it, so you can store it hanging if you like. We have a synthetic fretboard on this one. I don't know if it's Richlite or some other synthetic material. I don't remember. Under this little panel is where your truss rod adjustment is. It comes with an Allen wrench, so you can undo that screw, move that out of the way, and put your Allen wrench in there to change the neck relief if you need to. You may not need to. They have rounded frets. I don't know if these are stainless steel frets or not, but they are rounded ball end frets. Very nice. And they're actually fairly well polished. They're smooth. This guitar really needed nothing. I gave it a little tweak on the truss rod after a week just to get it a little flatter. We have a strap button here, and then the other one down here at the bottom. Absolutely amazing little travel guitar. In the electric variety. The other two Hush guitars right now, the Hush I and the Hush I Pro, are both set up as acoustic. They have acoustic strings. This has electric weight strings and electric guitar pickups. Absolutely love this guitar. Okay, next. Oh, a water filter and straw setup. I think that's in here. I apologize. We got 40 products today, so I've got them staged in kind of a semicircle around me. So forgive me if it takes me a minute to find them. Yes, this is the correct product in this box. Here we go. Check it out. Water purifier kit, portable multi-purpose, it says. Let's have a look at it. And by the way, I don't see that anyone has left us any messages yet. If you're watching live on Amazon, then please leave a message. I'm going to pull up. If you're watching on one of the other platforms, we're multicasting a variety of places. If you're in one of the other places, feel free to leave a comment. We'll interact with you there. If you're watching on Amazon, feel free to leave a question or a comment, and I will try to make note of that and answer you as soon as I see it. So what we have in here is, first, let me show you what it looks like when we open it. So we have two different sides with little mesh pockets holding things. On the one side, we have a straw, some instructions, and then this is our filter, and it's in a little plastic bag. Since I'm not ready to use it, I don't want to take it out yet. I want to preserve it in the plastic bag. But this is our filter with a little lanyard on it. And then on the other side, we have some tubing with a pre-filter, and we have a water bag. So you can use it as a squeeze filter. You can use it. It looks like you can maybe use it as a gravity filter as well. Number of different ways you could use this. My recommendation to you is every household, maybe even every vehicle, should have some sort of water filter, because you could survive for days, weeks, maybe months without food. You can survive days only without water. So I think everyone should have the ability to filter water in an emergency available to them. And that's where this water filter really comes in handy. I definitely recommend that you look up something like that for yourself, for people you care about. Next. Ooh, nice. So from WorkPro, we have a magnetic socket organizer and wrench organizer. And okay, this is down here. Let me grab that for you. All right. We're getting into stuff that I haven't actually had out of the box yet. This is exciting. So we're going to explore and learn together in these. This is a really neat kit. So we have here. Oh, wow. Oh, that is super cool. So this is for metric. You see the different metric measurements. It's got magnets in the bottom and sized holes to fit the different size sockets. So they drop in the hole and then the magnet holds them there. This is metric. Here are SAE or imperial units. Let's see. Those were for sockets. Now we have for wrenches. Very similar. There's a magnet on the back, so it'll stick to the side of my toolbox, for example. And then you put your different wrenches along here. There's a blue one and a red one. They appear to be identical, just different colors. So based on our color coding here, blue is metric, red is SAE. If you carry that through on the rest of them, it'll help you keep your tools organized. And I use some wrench organizers like this already, but they don't have the magnets on the back to hang on the side of my rolling toolbox. This really is going to make it a lot more convenient because I don't have to bury them down in the toolbox. I can just stick the magnets on the side. Oh my goodness. And there's even more. Look at all this. These are additional magnetic socket holders. So let's see what sizes we're looking at. These are much bigger, and the magnets are sticking together on some of them. This is getting a little comical. So again, blue is metric, and these go up to a 27, which is a pretty healthy size. And this one goes down to 10. So we have the SAE equivalent here. Yes, and that was magnetically stuck together. Goes up to past an inch to 1.25 inches on your SAE sockets. And then let's see what we have in the other batch here. And this one goes up to 20 on each. So we have a lower and an upper. So maybe you have your 3/8 inch and your 1/2 inch. And then the smaller ones here would be for your 1/4 inch. I think that's what we're looking at, is we have for all three sizes of common, home shop type sockets. So that was the metric. And then we also have the SAE or imperial sizes in here as well, all the way up to 1 inch on those. So 3 different sets of socket holders. and then 2 sets to hold wrenches. We got a lot of different tools that we can secure and keep safe in here. I think that's a pretty good kit, and I love that it's all magnetic, so it holds it all together. All right. Next, the Top Design Utility Water Resistant Tote Bag. And I almost pushed that a little too far off screen. So here we go. It comes in this bag, and I wanted to show it to you like this so you can see how small it folds down. All right. So once you get it out, you may never have to put it back that small again, but it actually turns into a fairly large bag with little mesh pockets on the outside at each end. And then we have 3 pockets on each side. So 3 here, 3 here. And then your straps are this kind of heavy mesh material that goes across the top. It has a zipper that sits near the top, not all the way. Oh, actually it is. It just folds down. So it's going to maintain its full width all the way across as you zip it shut. There we go. On the inside, let's see what the inside of this looks like. The inside we have, let's see if I can get this in the light. Can you see the mesh pockets in there? So this becomes, to me, this would be a great, because it's water resistant, this would be a great beach bag with all your different, maybe you put your suntan lotion, your sunglasses. We're going to talk about sunglasses here in a few minutes. So this could be important. You have room for your sunglasses, your water bottles on the end. Maybe your car keys go on the inside so you don't lose them. Lots of different things you could do with this. It could be a gym bag. It could be a diaper bag. You could carry whatever you want in a bag like this. Pretty heavy duty, but not so super heavy. It does have kind of a rigid bottom on it to give it some shape as well. So I'm kind of digging that bag. I think you'll like it. All right, next. Yes. So you can see I'm changing it down here. I went too far. Let's go back. Oh, and it looks like the next item I forgot to bring into the studio. So we may have to, we'll talk about it, but I won't be able to actually show it to you. Let's see. So we have a small blender. There it is. It about got away from me. All right. They call it the Intelligent Blender. And I want to get it out and show it to you. We've not had it out of the package before. Here's a lid and a USB charging cable. That's USB-A on one side and C on the other. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, this really cool. Something that I've noticed is a lot of brands are moving with their small appliances to powering them with the USB-C, and that makes it universal. So it doesn't matter where you are. You could be in Europe or South America or North America, wherever you go. All you need is an adapter to get the 5-volt USB power out. You can plug your USB cable in and charge it. So you don't even have to worry about what the local outlets are. This is neat. We have a little rubber strap so you can hold this. It again, it charges with USB-C, and I have a USB-C down here. So let's plug it in. And oh wow, the whole bottom lights up. It shows red, so that means it was charging. Green, I assume, means it's done charging. So that means it shipped pretty much fully charged. All right, that's good to see. The lid up here is one that has a pour spout. So let's see how that works real quick. So that opens, or you can screw it down tight. The whole thing comes off, and then we had another lid, a flat lid that can go on. Actually, that doesn't look like it fits there. This must go on the bottom. Oh, interesting. Okay. We're learning this together, folks. So you screw this on, and when you take it off of the base, if you happen to do that upside down, then you can screw the lid on, and now you can take what you just blended with you. And if you need to blend it again, take it off, screw it back on while it's upside down. And while we have it off, though, look at the little blender teeth in there, the blades. Yeah, that looks like six different cutting edges, a couple of them serrated. So it is pretty aggressive. Let's see what it looks like here. We got 2 buttons. All right. I've never used this. I'm not sure if I'm pushing the right button or doing it wrong. I must be doing something wrong. So what we have also in the box that I didn't bother getting out are the instructions. So I'm going to refer you to those. If you want to get one of these, make sure you charge it all the way, read the instructions, and then try to use it. It also comes with this flexible, looks like a silicone straw with the straw cleaning brush right there that goes with it. Put all these back in here along with that other lid. And we will set this off to the side, move on to the next product. But I'm really digging this. If you're a tailgater, if you like to do picnics outside, anything like that, that could be useful to you. Oh, Gizzard Gary's out there, says, what is this? This is us talking about gifts and stocking stuffers, things you can get on short notice, or even just things that people might like. Yeah, ho, ho, ho. I hear you, Gary. Yeah, thanks for the comment. We appreciate you. Next. All right, I literally forgot to bring this up with me, but we're going to talk about it real quick because it's something that I just saw. One of my kids had a friend over and received this as a gift. It is from Fujifilm, the Instax Mini 12 instant camera. What I would call it is like a Polaroid camera, only it uses some Fujifilm film that's a little bit smaller. Let me see. I shot a video of that right before I came up here. This is going to be super corny, but I'll show you just so you can get a look at what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. This is the video of that little camera. So you can see it looks like a rubberized version. And under my thumb, that's the size of the picture. That's the back of a picture that you see sitting there. And I apologize. This is a weird way to show you this product, but I literally just forgot to pick it up off the counter and bring it up here. So there it is. It's like what we would call a Polaroid camera back in the day. Under that panel in the back is where you put your film. It shoots pictures out the top. They develop in front of you, and you actually have physical pictures in hand instead of just digital pictures. And I was surprised that my 19, 20-year-old kid who never grew up with a film camera was excited about this. So yeah. Oh, check it out. Bullets for Bucks is out there and has said awesomeness. Well, thank you. Steve at Bullets for Bucks. Go check out if you're at Amazon and you can see his comment, click on his profile, follow him on Amazon so you can see when he does lives. He does lives too. He does really good lives. So please go check those out. Check out this. If you have a young person who is enamored by the idea of a Polaroid type camera where you take a picture and it shoots the film out and develops in front of you so you have a physical picture, this little Fuji Instax Mini is a cool little camera. I recommend you give some consideration. You may make someone happy with that. All right, moving on. Next, we have the AeroPress travel coffee mug with handle. And here's what we're looking at right here. You can maybe see the picture on the side here. Man, that is hard to see. That is a picture of the mug at the bottom and then the AeroPress system up top. So this is it's a little double wall stainless steel insulated coffee mug that has a little sliding valve on the top so you can close it so it doesn't leak or open it when you want to drink. The lid pops off. It's not a screw on, screw off. It just slides out. You see double wall stainless standard cup, right? But it's sized to fit the AeroPress. I should have tagged the AeroPress that goes with this, but it's a coffee press. You put your coffee in it, you pour your water in the top, you use the press to force it down, kind of like a French press, only portable. They call it the AeroPress. This mug was made specifically to use for that. Let's see, it says it's stainless steel, double wall vacuum insulated, 18/8 stainless steel. I wanted to tell you what the size of it is. 12 ounces. That's what I was looking for. 350 milliliters, 12 ounces. Looks really good. Nice little cup from AeroPress. There we go. If you have a coffee addict like me, that could be important to them, right? So they can take it on the go. Next, I hope my wife is not watching this because we're about to give away something that she will be receiving shortly as a Christmas present. So Honey, if you're watching, I apologize, but you're going to be excited when you see it because the fact that I am giving her this phone case is kind of a dead giveaway. She's also getting a new cell phone. We're going to talk about that later. I'm not sure where in our order to talk about that today is, but we're going to get to that in a little bit. So what I like about this is similar to something she uses for her current cell phone. When you open it up, it folds over like a book. So that's good. This is where your camera lenses are going to point out the back. On the inside, she can store a couple cards, driver's license, credit card, whatever. On the inside, we have a little protective plastic case that holds it in. This one actually has a little tether that you can use with it as well. But what's great about this, my wife used to break the screens on her phone almost as fast as I could purchase new phones for her. It was really getting out of hand. But now when she stores her phone, she folds this case over. It's a magnetic latch here, and that protects the screen. So the phone she has now, she's had for like 2 years and hasn't broke the screen. So of course, for the new phone, I got this case because it folds over and protects the screen. So honey, if you're watching this live, I apologize that I ruined the surprise for you, but you'll be excited when you get this. I know that. And if you know someone who's hard on their phones and breaks the screen, maybe a case like this is exactly what you need to get them. Okay, next. I don't know how to say this brand. Is it Sojos or is it like a Latin pronunciation of Sohos? I'm not sure. I'm going to call it Sojos because why not? And we're looking at the square polarized sunglasses. Now, the only problem is we have 5 different sunglasses from this brand we're going to talk about. And I'm not sure which box is which. I believe that's probably going to be the no, those are not the oversized ones. Not that one. Let's see. You know what? I'm just going to start opening them. And once we get them opened, we'll figure out what's what. So let me get this box opened and we'll pull them out. And once I figure out what's what, okay, it's not these that we're going to talk about in a moment. So we'll open this one. I found this trick, by the way. If you need to open boxes without ruining the tabs at the top and ripping them, a knife blade slid in there will pry them open gracefully without breaking anything. It's not these. We'll set that one aside. Yeah, be careful. Don't cut yourself, but it protects the box so you do not break the box tabs when you open it. All right, it's not this one. Isn't this how it always works? Like you're looking for one. I have 5 options. It's going to be the last one is the one that I'm looking for first, isn't it? All right. Or is it this one? Nope, it's this one. All right. So the first set we're looking at, they call it square polarized sunglasses for men or women. And these kind of resemble aviator glasses to me. And I say that because when I was in the Air Force, I had real Air Force aviator glasses. There we go. These are squared off a little bit more, but similar to aviators. There you can see the screen reflected in them. Let's see what they look like here. I don't know if I want to model all these because some of these are maybe not dude appropriate, but I think these are pretty cool looking glasses. They are polarized. So that could mean that it can be a little difficult to read the screen on a cell phone if you're off axis, but it sure helps cut down on glare. That's what polarization generally does. So excellent. Nice looking gray lenses, basic aviator type sunglasses. So if you know someone who likes that type and wants something with a little bit larger lens, this could be a good option for them. Next. All right, we have another set of oversized round sunglasses from the same company, Sohos, I'm not sure. I think that is going to be this last box here. So we'll get this one opened up gently without breaking the box. Oh, this set comes with a case. We did not see that in the first one. That was a basic set. This one has got a nice little rubber and neoprene case. And of course, they pack everything really well for shipment, so nothing's going to get dinged up or damaged. Let's pull all the plastic off so you can see what they look like. These are oversized round glasses. And first thing I noticed, we have really nice, comfortable looking nose pads. That gets a little annoying to me sometimes, the way the glasses sit on the nose. If the nose pads aren't right, they get uncomfortable. These look really nice, kind of large, good surface area, so it's not going to dig into your nose. Here's what these look like on me. All right, not too shabby. Kind of digging these, and these are big, so you're not going to have a lot of light sneaking through around the sides, blinding you should you wear some large glasses like these. All right. They also came with a cleaning cloth in the case, so we had a couple bonuses in that we did not see in the first one, and I'm not expecting to see in all of the other ones. All right, next we'll move on to the round. Let's see, these are round with the shiny bits around the frame. Which one is that? Oh, that's this pair right here. Check these out. Now if these look good on me, I'm going to be a little worried for myself. I'll be honest with you. But you know what? I'm the only model we got right now, so I'm going to show them to you. If you don't like them, imagine them on someone who is more attractive than me. Shouldn't be hard to do, right? But all right, so I'm getting this protective plastic off, and these have the little rubber nose pieces right here that can change the angle so they sit perfectly on your nose. I kind of like that. All right, I know I got a couple of friends watching this, so they'll get a kick out of this. I feel like I should be at a piano singing Elton John songs right now. Yeah, I think that a female that is prettier than me would rock these. I'm not sure they look great on me, but you can see what they look like. Nice gold with some bedazzling or jeweled stuff around it that has, they're kind of green and green yellow, kind of emeraldy and gold all the way around this metal frame that is circular. Maybe not the perfect style for me, but definitely interesting and going to make someone happy. So there, you've seen them. They got a little weight to them, so I suspect they're going to be a little bit more durable than some of the glasses that we may see. Okay, next. Again from Sojos, the cat eye sunglasses for women. All right, I apologize. All you got to demo these is me, so bear with me. These come with this is a large, I don't think this is a cleaning case. I think this is, let's see what this is. Maybe it's a cleaning cloth. Okay, that's what I thought. It's a cleaning cloth and a bag to store the sunglasses in. All right, so we got bonus stuff on this pair of sunglasses, the cat eye sunglasses for women. And that makes sense because women tend to be, more fashionable, more plugged into that kind of stuff than dudes. Not always. I shouldn't generalize, right? All right. I don't know that I should put these on because they are women's, but whatever. You know what? This how much I care. I'm going to put them on and show you. They have got a very interesting shape, a little wider at the top and tapered down to a curve at the bottom. Let me put mine back on. They have a little bit of a mirror on them. It's kind of a copper colored mirror, I'm going to say, which I with the studio lights and my monitor, it's kind of hard to see what that looks like. They are metal. They have the pivoting rubber nose pieces that I like. Pretty cool little glasses for a stylish female. That is what they are intended for, not according to me, according to what it says there in the ad on Amazon. And of course, it has the bag and the cloth that go with them, so you can keep them clean and protected all at the same time. Next, the last pair of sunglasses from the same company, Sojos, however they pronounce it. These are polarized round, oversized sunglasses. And I can tell you what's going to happen with all of these, right? I have specific sunglasses that I wear for specific things because I wear glasses most of the time. So none of these are for me. These are all being given to people in my family over the holiday break. And I'm not sure which one. I kind of expect my sister's going to end up with these. Could be one of my daughters could want these as well. We're going to have to see. This is, if I can get it in the light correctly so you can see, this is kind of that varied. Maybe I can get it up in the light better because there's a studio light right over. Yes, right there. You can see through over on this side where it's kind of like that tortoise shell look where it's kind of amber and you can see through it and it has brown patches in it so that when you're out in the sun, it's going to have that kind of richer look to it. Very large lenses, very heavy duty frames with nice big nose piece rest areas that'll sit on your nose. And you know what? As silly as it sounds, I'm going to model these too because why not, right? It's all to see if we can help you get something that's going to make you happy, right? So there you go. Intended for women. That's what the brand says, not what I say. You wear whatever you want. If you're a dude and you want to wear these, I just wore them. You know, why not? Do what makes you happy. But nice set of sunglasses, large lenses. They are polarized. Again, it's going to help cut down on glare. And yeah. So with that, we have completed our look at all 5 sets of the Sojos sunglasses. So next, we're to move on to a power bank that is hiding up here somewhere. Oh, all right. So the power bank's still in the box here. So let's get the box open and have a look at what it looks like in here. This power bank's got something special that I really like, that I've seen more brands starting to do this. And even if you know someone who already has a power bank that they like, unless it's a real new one, maybe it's time to get them something newer and nicer. And the nice thing about it is we have a couple of cables built into this. So this little carry strap is actually the USB-C charging cable. So if you want to charge a device that uses USB-C, then you can use this. And then when you're done, you pull it back and it's going to drop down and be protected. Now you have your little carrying strap for it. You can see, since I was messing with it, the display came on and it shows it has 72% left. So when it's time to charge, we have a couple ports on this side. And by the way, this fell out. This is the charging cable that came with it. I didn't see it when it fell out of the box. I was just reaching for my desktop USB cable, USB-C, so I could show you when it plugs in, it actually shows you that it is charging, right? So let's unplug that. Here's the other part that's cool. On the back side, if you have an iOS device that uses the lightning cable, like I do, I know the newer iPhones have the USB-C, but I still have older iPhones that still use the lightning cable, and a number of microphone systems use the lightning cable. The cable's built in. So that's the critical point that I would say, if you have someone, even if they already have a power bank, if it doesn't have the cables already, then they have to carry cables separate with them. This has a nice display. It tells you how much is left in it. We have USB-C and USB-A out here. The USB-C is also your in. USB-A is only out. The C you can do in or out. And then we have a USB-C cable here, and then the lightning cable on the back. Plus you've got a little button up top that when you push it, it activates a screen to tell you how much charge is left. So I absolutely love USB battery bank charging blocks that have the cables built in, so I don't have to remember to carry a cable with me because I'm not that smart. I may not remember. All right. And actually, I said it came with that cable. I think this cable actually came with a different product. I think there was not a charging cable in here. So yes, I'm pretty certain of that. So there we go. Next. Next, things are about to get spicy, folks. If you are uncomfortable with this discussion. I apologize, but I got to show you the world's coolest underwear for dudes. If you're a woman, you probably know a guy who would appreciate these. If you're a guy and you don't have these already, trust me when I tell you, I understand they look weird, but I've been wearing them for years. They're absolutely amazing. And I put them just off screen. I got to lean and get them. All right, here we go from Sepratech. Sepratech, there's a clue in the name. They keep things separated. Like the song, you know, you got to keep them separated. Maybe they were talking about your stuff, right? We don't need to get into anatomy discussions other than to say guys have got what we may call the Frank and the beans, a pair of them, right? We want to keep them separate. When they're all bundled up together, especially when you get hot, you get sweaty, things get sticky, you can have chafing, you can have odor issues because everything's all together sweating on itself. So that's where this underwear comes in. I'm not going to model these for you because that would get inappropriate probably. Here's what they look like from the outside. Not too different. The back looks normal. The top is an elastic band. It's the same kind of, you know, stretchy synthetic type fiber that you'd find in typical boxer brief type underwear. At the front, you may notice things look a little different in that we have a little bit of a flap here. This is your access point, right? But from the back, this is where, from the inside, this is where things get a little more illustrative. We have a little pouch area down here. This for the beans, we'll call them, right? This is where the Frank goes. So it goes through there, and now it can't get stuck to the beans. So you keep everything separated. Where these are magical for me is I do a lot of backpacking out west, typically in New Mexico, or backpacking when it's hot and things get sweaty and you can have chafing issues. But keeping them separate through this underwear means that they can't rub together. There's fabric between them that makes everything more comfortable and cuts down on that chafing. I've never had a chafing problem since I started wearing these. I've got to the point where it's just more comfortable. I wear them all the time. I got them for backpacking. I have found that when I switch to other underwear that doesn't keep things separated, it is uncomfortable. Like the way things are all sticking together, I don't like. So you want to spoil your guy and help him keep his stuff more comfortable from Sepratech. Check them out. Trust me, I know it's a weird conversation, right? But I'm doing this for you because either you're a guy that those underwear are going to help, or you know a guy that will be helped if he wears them. So either way, we're trying to help people get the stuff they need. Next, we're going to move on to the Circle of Fifths little device here, and it's in a box. I gotta get it out for you. Circle of Fifths is it's a music theory thing. So if you're like, Circle of Fifths, what is he talking about? Yeah, so if you know someone who wants to play guitar, music theory for guitar, part of it is easier explained by this thing they call the Circle of Fifths. So I'm not going to try to make it make sense to you. What I'll say is we have a booklet here to help you understand. Okay. It lots of pages with pictures. Wow. Like all sorts of chord diagrams that link to the Circle of Fifths down there. The wheel, I should open this earlier. I've had this for a while and I haven't made the video yet. I would have been using this if I knew it had all this stuff in it. Chord charts and a whole fretboard chart up at the top that helps you understand what notes are where, your whole notes, your half notes, your semitones, all of that. We've got another little chart down here that is English on one side, and you can try your, I'm going to guess that's Chinese on the other side if you want to learn all that. And then this is the big deal, what we were after to begin with. In this little plush bag, we have the Circle of Fifths wheel, and it comes with a little stand. So it sits like this, okay? And this is just sitting here loose, and it actually kind of rocks back and forth. So it'll sit like that. We got little holes in the front here that you can use as guitar pick holders like that, okay? That's one of my 3D printed guitar picks. So you set it in here so that you can see what you're looking at. On this side, I don't understand what this side is. This is your Circle of Fifth. So if you say, let's say we want to look at Let me come around here to, I'm not sure how to read it, but let's say we move it here to the BC. Now, there is a relationship between the notes up here and these, where if you read through their instructions, it's going to tell you how to interpret this and help you understand how to play things that are naturally going to sound good together. That's the whole point. You want to learn how to play guitar notes that are going to sound good together. Maybe it's a progression of notes, maybe it's a chord that you want to assemble different notes into a chord. Whatever it is, this circle of fifths is going to help you understand how to play the right notes together that sound good for whatever mood you're trying to illustrate in your music. With all the instructions in here, I have another circle of fifths demonstrator wheel somewhere. It didn't have all of the lesson material in it, and I think this is better. And I'm kind of mad at myself that I haven't opened this and been using this myself. Now I'm torn. Do I give it to my son or do I keep it? I think I'm going to have to give it to him because it's that good. I'll keep the lesser one for myself. But there you go. Circle fifths. Oh, Bullets for Bucks is out there. We saw him earlier on Amazon. Now he's here on the YouTube side. He's famous, which of course I think he was referring to the earlier comments by Gizzard Gary. So Gizzard Gary is kind of famous, so we got to keep that in mind. All right, so I missed changing it over to if you're on Amazon, I've just selected the circle of fifths for you so you can see that. So we're done with that. Next, now I have selected the tire inflator. It's a portable air compressor that has a battery built into it. All right, here it is. Here's what it looks like in the box. We're going to open this together and have a look at exactly what comes with this. I've gotten to the point where every car in my family has one of these in it, because even if the car won't run, the battery's dead, this has a battery built into it. You can blow up a tire, you know, if you have a low tire, if you have to change to your what do they call it, your spare tire, and maybe it's a little low, you can fill it up. If you run across someone who has a flat tire and they need help blowing their tire up, it comes with a bag that the whole assembly goes in, some instructions. We have this cable plugs into the 12-volt outlet in a vehicle, and then this end plugs into the little air compressor. We have another one here, USB-A to USB-C. So you can charge, that's neat. You can charge it with the 12-volt in the car or with the USB-C. That's pretty cool. That gives you some options. And then we've got a variety of little valves plus a fuse in here. So we have two different inflatable blow-up valves, a ball needle, and the, what do they call it? Presto? Is that what it is? The little brass one that is for the European bicycle type stuff. And then we have the valve that you actually put on the Schrader valve on the car with the hose here. In the top, we have our charging input and an output. So you can actually use the battery in here as a USB power pack as well. How crazy is that? And then it has a light, and in the orange, we're going to take the little brass part here and match it up and screw this in. All right. Once it's screwed in, I've not read the directions on this one. Let's see how intuitive it is. I'll push the power button to turn it on, and it's on. And apparently it's set at 15. It has a full battery. It's on PSI. That's important to check. These can sometimes be measured in bars or in other units. I'm not a scientist. I don't know all the different units for measuring pressure, but this is in pounds per square inch. It has a little picture of a ball. So if we push the light button, that turns the light on. Oh, so we had a white light, a flashing light, an SOS type flashing light, and off. So a bunch of different options there. This looks like a mode button. So that went from a basketball to, that looks like a person. I'm not sure what that is, but it's showing that it's sensing 0 PSI because we're not hooked up to anything. And it's set for 36. So if I push the start button here, that would run until it hits 36 psi, your target value. We could change that up or down here in half psi increments. You can see how intuitive this is. I've never had this out of the box and looked at it before, and I've already figured out how it all works. I bet if we hold this, it shuts off. It does. Look at that. Very simple. And what I would do if I were you is, if you have people you care about who don't have little battery powered air compressors in their car, get one for each of those people, along with a first aid kit, roadside, assistance stuff. Make sure they have what they need to help themselves in an emergency, because there's not always someone who's going to be able to help you. You can't, maybe you have that membership to AAA or some other car club that they say, if you break down, call us, we'll come get you. Well, that's great until you call them because you need them, but they're too busy and they can't help you right then. So it's better to be able to help yourself, equip the people that you care about with the ability to help themselves. And I think something like this little kit is a great step in that direction, because if you have a leaky tire, you can fill it up, drive a couple miles, fill it up again, drive a couple miles, maybe. Great little thing to help equip people to be a little bit more self-sufficient and help themselves when an emergency happens. All right, next. Oh, this one's neat. You're going to like this one. I just selected, if you're following along on Amazon, look down below and you'll see where I just selected. We're going to take the bull by the horns on this one, folks. Yeah, that was cheesy and corny. And you understand when I show you the bull. No bull, folks. Yeah, actually it is a bull. This is a guitar hanger. That's why we see some foam rubber up here on the horns and holes. This isn't a fashionable rebellious bull that has pierced its ears. That's where the screws go through. You can see it comes with some screws and some little wall inserts. You're going to run this through screws on each side into the wall to secure it. And then you set the neck of a guitar here. So let me grab a guitar that I can use to demonstrate for you. So I'm going to hold this as if it were on the wall, and it goes right up like this. And then that, look, Ma, no hands. That holds the guitar up. So you mount this bull on the wall and you can use it to hang a guitar on. Now, I've got lots of guitar hangers back here and others around the studio. They're all different designs, but they're all kind of generic, utilitarian looking. This is cool. So look at that. This is steel, heavy duty steel, painted black with foam on it to protect the guitar. How is that for upping your game? A lot of musicians or artist types who get into things like this. This could be a really neat way to make someone happy that you care about who plays guitar or wants to play guitar, but also likes kind of artsy things that look cool. All right, next. Oh, we got a surge protector now, and it's better than your normal surge protector, in my opinion, because of something very important. And it says right here on the box, it's a power strip with USB charger. There you go. Wasn't too long ago that if you wanted to if you're remote, you wanted to charge something, you would have to carry around your little charging block with you that you plug into your power strip. Well, check this out. You can still do that. You can plug your little charging blocks or whatever you want into each of these. We have an on-off switch and then your little reset here. So if it pops a fuse, you can reset it there. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 outlets. Plus, we're not even done yet. 3 USB-A's and a USB-C. And you can see the color indicates the different current carrying capacities on them. And I'll have to look up what the colors mean, because I don't remember off the top of my head. And I'm not sure. They've got all different languages on here. I'm reading the manual. Every language you can think of. I don't even know what some of these are. And it doesn't actually say on that page. So you have to look that up. But keep in mind, we have a 90-degree angle plug on this end and a fairly long cord, so you can plug it in and run a lot of things off of it. But just because you have all these different plugs doesn't mean that you can exceed the rated capacity of the circuit that you plug it into. So typically in a US household, that's going to be a 15 amp fuse typically. So, if you plug in one space heater that runs, that pulls almost your whole 15 amps, you can't plug anything else in. But if you have a bunch of small low power draw things plugged in, then you can do that, multiple things off of this. But then you also have, all you got to do is plug your cord in, your USB cord, and you can charge stuff right off of this. You don't have to carry around a charging block. I think that's really cool. And I think we're going to have a fight. I haven't decided who I'm giving this to for Christmas. One of my kids, but I don't know which one. I got to figure out which one I like the most, I suppose. And then here we have, to put it on the wall, these have a little backing on them. So it's adhesive on the back. You can see where I'm kind of pulling this cover off here. That is the tacky part on the back. I don't want to mess it up. You peel it off, stick these on the wall, and these become the mounts to hold it. So you can mount the whole thing on the wall without even running screws through your wall. Pretty cool. Or it doesn't have to be a wall. You can stick it to anything else, I suppose. Oh, that fell on the keyboard. Let me tidy up where my screen got messed up when a box fell. There we go. Okay. Gizzard Gary said, wow, all the USBs. It is all. 3 USB-A's, 1 USB-C, all with 10 additional 3-prong US outlets. That's kind of crazy, but that surge protector was overachieving. All right, next. Okay, I have selected, if you're following along on Amazon, I have selected the Merrell Moab 3, which I'm told is the most popular hiking shoe in the world. And I've got one right here. And if it looks huge, it's because 2 things. Number 1, I'm holding it close to the camera, but number 2, this is a size 14, all right? They make all different sizes. I just have big feet, right? You know what they say, big feet? Yeah, big shoes. So cool thing about these, you can get them in a couple different types. These happen to be the ones that are ventilated. I don't like waterproof shoes when I'm hiking, but you can get the waterproof version of the Merrell Moab 3s as well. They have I've called, and I'm sorry, you can tell there's trash down here in the bottom because I actually wear these when I go hiking, right? They're not just here to show you. I've always been told this is Vibram. I've heard people say it's Vibram. I don't know what the company is, but I'm going to call them Vibram soles. That's a nice rubber. It's grippy, but it's not too grippy. Like, it's not slick when you get on rocks that are a little bit slick. It'll still give you a good grip, but it doesn't wear out too fast. The Vibram soles are kind of that nice middle ground that people like in their boots. Vibram's been doing this a long time. They've come up with a good compound of rubber. I think that's why so many brands like Merrell use the Vibram sole, because Vibram's got it figured out. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. Merrell has got figured out how to make comfortable, lightweight shoes that are fairly durable, fairly supportive, and people like them. These wouldn't be the most popular hiking shoes in the world if people didn't like them. The tongue, you can see, is captured here, so it doesn't fall out of the way. It's kind of tied in place. You've got nice round laces up here, a little bit of rubber around the front to make some durability. Overall, lightweight, comfortable. They've got enough support without being too terribly heavy. Just all around nice hiking shoes. I really like them. I use them for backpacking, but I carry a fairly light pack. If I carried a super heavy pack, I may want a little bit more support in the sole than these provide. But for what I'm doing, they're absolutely amazing shoes. I really like them. The Merrell Moab 3. And they make men's and women's. I happen to tag the men's version. The women's are the same. They're just sized for women. So good stuff. Next, we're giving away a Christmas present here. When I say giving away, I'm not giving it to you. I'm giving it to my wife. And I apologize. Gizzard Gary asked a question. Let's go back to that Merrell Moab. Oh, boy. This question's a can of worms. Gizzard Gary asks, do they have a model with ankle support, so you won't fall and hurt yourself? Here's the deal, Gizzard Gary. Ankle support is largely a lie, in my opinion. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not a podiatrist, but I have read a variety of medical studies where they have assessed the concept of ankle support. And short version, your ankle is a pivoting joint on purpose. Unless you have an ankle injury, something has broken down to the point that your ankles are super weak and you have to have additional support, you're better off to not go with ankle support. It doesn't actually reduce injury. It just shifts the location of the injury somewhere else. Like if people go out and hike and they have rigid ankle support, they're more likely to blow out their knee or their hip because, you lose your balance, things get twisty, and your ankle can't rotate like it's supposed to. So it transfers that energy up to your knee or your hip, and then you can get an injury there instead of the ankle. So if you have medical issues that require ankle support, Merrell does have higher top versions of the Moab 3. I don't know how much ankle support are in there, but you can go check that out if you like. I don't subscribe to the idea that when hiking or backpacking, ankle support's a good thing. I think strong ankles and allowing your ankles to have the range of motion that they're supposed to have is probably a better way to prevent injury on the trail. But that's just my opinion. You decide what's right for you. Let's see. The Moto G Play. I've selected that. If you're following along on Amazon, we have it right here. And again, this is one that I hope the missus isn't watching. Oh, but if she is, she'll understand why she received it and it's already been cut open. I am breaking the safety seal. This is how it works in this household, folks. Just because I'm giving it as a gift doesn't mean that I won't take it out of the package to show you. Hope that doesn't hurt anyone's feelings. We have a charging cable that comes in the package. We've got a couple different sets of instructions, a warranty card. Here is the card removal tool. So the SIM card, we'll need that. That's just a piece of cardboard. And here we have, they make a bunch of different colors. I think this one is like a sapphire blue or something, but it's going to be covered up by the case anyway. That's really irrelevant for us. It's a pretty big screen. So if you, when buying a phone, some people like big phones with big screens. Some people like little phones. My wife likes a larger screen. So this has got a pretty large screen. It's got a nice camera, and I think it's just one camera lens and one flash on the back. This can be activated with an eSIM, so you don't have to have the physical SIM in hand. It's an Android phone. I don't remember what version of Android it has, but as far as budget phones go, the specs on this are pretty good. The reviews that I've seen have all been pretty good. So this is what I chose as a gift for the missus because she is ready for a new phone. So there we go. Don't tell her. Like if you know her, don't tell her. She will find out when she opens the box that she got a Moto G Play. The Play is a little bit optimized for things like games, and it's got a pretty good battery and a little bit extra usage time available, which was important for my wife. So that's why we went with that one. If that sounds like what you're looking for, maybe you want to go check out. Click the link at Amazon, the Moto G Play. All right, next. We're going to get into some guitar stuff here for a second, all right, for a couple seconds. And I've moved things around. I got to find it. It's right here somewhere. Or did I put it up here? Ah, there it was. It was under something. In this box, we have a tool that a guitar tech or a luthier might use when working on a guitar. Guitars have frets on them. The frets are the little metal bits that go across the neck, and that's what you push the string into to change the note that comes out. So here's a guitar. These metal pieces, going across, those are the frets. Each one is called a fret. On the end, they have to be trimmed back. When they're installed, they actually usually will hang off the edge, and they have to be clipped and then filed down to just the right angle and shape and everything. So the neck is made of wood. Wood expands and contracts with humidity changes, maybe even temperature changes, but largely humidity. So you can have the wood in the neck contract, but the metal doesn't contract as much. So now it's sticking out. They call that fret sprout. So if you're building a new guitar, you may need to trim and shape the ends of the frets. Or if you're working on a guitar that has already been put together, maybe the maybe the humidity changes have changed how the frets fit, and they stick out, and that can cut your hand. So you would want to trim them. This block, all right, let me pick that back up again. So how you're going to do this is we have a block of wood that has different cuts in it. You see vertical, angled, and angled. And depending on what you're doing, there are little set screws in each of these holes. So you take your file that you're going to use to shape the end of the frets, and you drop it in the appropriate hole, and then you use the little Allen wrench that's in here to tighten the set screw down to hold that still. I'm not going to do that just for this quick demo, because then you're going to run this up and down the edge where you're dragging the file right up against the edge of those frets. So you trim them all so they're all trimmed to the same angle and the same distance. It's a super clean, easy, safe way. Sorry, I bumped that guitar over there. Safe way to get rid of what they call fret sprout, to trim them down a little bit. And this tool will do an angle or straight up and down. And you can see it's a nice wood that's smooth, so it's going to slide over the frets well without marring anything. And so we had a question. Let's see, the difference. Clover Tech asked, he called it Guitar-mageddon. This is not actually our Guitar-mageddon segment. We do that on a weekly broadcast elsewhere. But here on Amazon, we just talk about the products. And the difference between a luthier and a guitar tech. A guitar tech is someone who works on guitars, but they don't build them. And I'm generalizing here. I may be bastardizing this definition a little bit, but my understanding is a luthier is someone who makes guitars. So maybe they buy some wood and they shape the wood, and they cut it, they join it together, they glue it, whatever. They know the measurements, they know the angles, they know all the stuff to build a guitar. Maybe not everything is built from scratch, but at least they're shaping the wood and fitting everything together and making everything fit right. Okay. A guitar tech doesn't build guitars. They're not shaping wood. They're just adjusting things. So they may be trimming fret sprout or making other adjustments to make a guitar play better. So that's the difference, as I understand it, between a guitar tech and a luthier. This is something that a guitar tech or a luthier could use. Either they're adjusting an existing guitar or they're making a guitar from scratch. Either way, this is a really neat tool. And I like this adjustable. I have another one that it just has one angle on it. And this is better, I think, because we have 4 different places you can put the file, depending on what you're trying to do. So, all right, moving on. Next. Oh, this is something. Listen, I'm a dad. So if you have a dad, or you know a dad, or you are a dad, sometimes you get accused of smells. So I got to be careful with this. It's called Smellies, right? And it says dead animal. This is used to take care of the smell of a dead animal. And all jokes aside, I might give this as a gag gift to someone. Like, hey, I saw you took your shoes off when you came in and you fumigated the place. Here, have this, saying their feet smell like a dead animal. That'd be a joke use of this, right? This could be your white elephant gift, but it is a reusable dead animal deodorizer. So if you have, and I hate it for you, but it happens sometimes. If you have like a crawl space under your house or a vehicle, oh my goodness, I've seen this happen in a vehicle where a mouse or something gets in and dies and creates a terrible smell. Something like this is going to help get rid of that smell. Or maybe there's an animal in the crawl space under your house that has passed and it's starting to smell foul. Well, you can use something like this Smellies to get rid of that dead animal smell. They have a bunch of different things, the products that are targeted for different types of smells. This one is targeted to eliminate the smell of a dead animal. And so let's see, remove the plastic bag and place Smellies pouches near doors or near air vents. So use one pouch for every 100 to 200 square feet. This has, let's see, it's an extra large. I don't see where it says how many pouches are in here, but then you can heat them and microwave the pouches when you're done to kind of reset them. So if you have odors that you're dealing with, for real, you can use these for that. Otherwise, I think it makes a pretty cool passive aggressive gift for someone to tell them that they don't smell good. So if your sense of humor is like mine. Okay, now next, we're going to talk about a spin scrubber. And I got to dig it out from under here. That's a problem when you have 40 products to talk about on a live, is sometimes you have to find creative ways to store them till you're ready. This box has not been opened yet. We're gonna see this one together for the first time. So I'll tell you why I was interested in this product. The electric spin scrubber is, I have a tile shower, and between the tiles, it's easy for that grout area to get kind of funky, and you got to scrub it. And that's a lot of work. And I don't want to say I'm lazy. I'd like to think of myself as efficient, not lazy. Here's our instructions that go with it. So you can see what the spin scrubber is going to look like. And here is what it looks like in the package. So I'm going to get the pieces out one by one and show them to you. And like something else we talked about earlier, this charges with USB-C, which I love because you don't have to worry about, where's the special charger. Any USB-C cable is going to charge it. Here, you can see this is going to clip on, and this is a hook and loop type fastener where you're going to hook on your cleaning pad. So if you're using this kind of cloth polishing microfiber type pad for your scrubbing, then you're going to use that. I say for scrubbing, that's probably more for polishing. This looks more like a scrubber pad, a large scrubber pad, a small scrubber pad. What's it? Oh, look at that. That's a tall. So if you got to get down in something, this is the same diameter, but shorter on this one. So you have a different type of scrubbing that you can do there. And check this one out. This is funky, super big around, but it's kind of semicircular. So if you got to get into something that is kind of bulbous, like a bowl or whatever, you've got a nice rounded over scrubber. And let's see how this goes together. I appreciate you coming along on this journey with me as we figure out how this thing works. Oh, wow. So we've got the little bending. So you can put it at about a 45 or a 90-degree angle. And this looks like where you attach the various different brushes and things on the end. All right, so we'll set that aside and we have a hanger that we're not going to use while we're sitting here at the desk in the studio. Here is the pole that goes, I believe that's going to be our center section, but let's undo this first and see what this looks like. Yeah. So this is the handle with a little thing that you can hang it from. So that looks like that's going to go together right here. Yep, that clicked in place. So then that means that this is going to click together right here. And you may have noticed, I haven't even I did find the directions. I haven't even opened them. So I was able to put this all together like that without even touching the directions. Let's see. Oh, look at that. It extends or retracts, so you can be longer or shorter. We have a power button right here and a display even. It says it says 70. Flip that over so you can read it. 70. I think that must be the battery. And here's a spin speed. You can spin it faster. So it looks like we have two speeds. We have off, low, and high. And then we have a battery indicator there. And let's see if we can figure out where the charging port looks like. It is probably right under this rubber thing up here. So there's your charging port where you plug it in with the USB-C to charge it. So there we go. This is going to make cleaning my shower and maybe some other places. We got tile in a couple rooms and that grout gets nasty. This is going to be a whole lot easier than scrubbing it by hand. So if you have something similar, maybe this is going to be useful to you to help get all of your scrubbing done without having to work so hard. I know I didn't tag and I didn't bring the robot vacuum up, but I'm really getting happy with some of the tools that I've acquired lately that make cleaning things easier. You know, I want to spend my time doing things I enjoy, not working too hard scrubbing things. So I love tools like that make things like that easy. All right, put that charging cable away. Next. Oh, another gift. All right. Again, I was looking down, selecting the next product here and checking to see if we had any more messages. The next product that we're going to talk about, also unopened. This is a gift for my wife, who's a teacher. So if you know someone who's a teacher, this might be an appropriate gift for them. If maybe you have a kid who has a teacher, I'm sure they would appreciate this as well. It says one loved teacher. There we go. Nice shirt. This is kind of a I don't know what this color is, like red with little flecks of gray in it. Really nice. I think she will appreciate this. It's a nice message to say, you know, you're a teacher and we love you. So there is a gift idea for you. Should you know someone who's a teacher, and it doesn't have to be a Christmas gift. This could be any time, right? All right, next we're going to go back to a guitar product, and I think if I can figure out where I put it. Yes, one lesson I'm learning here. If you select 40 products for a live, you better keep them organized. Here it is from Fesley. Fesley's become kind of internet famous lately for making some really high quality, but attractively priced electric guitars. Here we have something to use with them. The FTR10 is a wireless transmitter set. So if you have a guitar that you want to be able to plug in and play and be able to walk around without having to have a guitar cable plugged in at the amp and at the guitar, where now you can trip on it, you can step on it, you have issues with it. Here we have a set. One of these is a transmitter, one is a receiver. Okay, here's a transmitter. This is the one that goes in the guitar side. The receiver you plug into your amp, and it allows you they link together and pass the signal wirelessly, so you don't have to have a cable plugged in. So if you know anyone who has an electric guitar, this is a phenomenal setup. And you see the green is the power, the blue is the link. So when I turn the first one on, here, I'll turn one off. Okay, so now you see we have the power light is on, green, and the blue is blinking. That means it's trying to link. So I'm going to turn this one on now. Power came on, the blue light came on where they both linked together. There was no hassle in linking them. That's a big change. A few years ago, when you got something like this, you had to manually aim them together and get them linked, and it was a pain. This, you just turn them on, they link themselves. So now if I plug, let's see, the transmitter into the guitar and the receiver into the amp, then I don't have to have a guitar cable. This does it all wirelessly. I can walk all over the place. I don't have to worry about tangling up a cable or breaking things, you know, knocking things over with my cable. Super easy. These are, I want to say that a good guitar cable or a wireless transmitter like this are similar price-wise. You know, obviously it depends on which one you get and prices at the time, and prices change. But generally, for around like my home studio here, I use a wireless all the time. These are pretty cool. You ought to consider that if you know someone who plays an electric guitar or an acoustic electric. These work really well. In the past few years, they've come a long way in getting better, less latency, no static. They connect well. They do well, pretty well. Clover Tech has asked, how do they charge? Excellent question that I neglected to address. Each one has a micro USB port on the side. You may be able to see it right here. Let's see, under my finger right there. So they plug in that way. And I wonder if we have, yes, there is a charging cable down here in the bottom. So you don't even have to supply your own micro USB cable. It comes with the cable that's needed to charge both of these. Yeah. And I have found typically I'm going to get 4, 6, 8 hours, depends on what I'm playing, out of a charge on something like this. All right, next. Oh, also a guitar product. Here's something that I've wanted to try for a while, and I got to decide which guitar I'm going to install it on. Here we go. As I open the box carefully, there we go. It's a guitar strap, right? That holds up the guitar when you're playing, but it's different than your typical guitar strap in one very important way. All right. And I'll show it to you right here. This one happens to be loud and proud, right? So we have got Don't Shoot Me Orange here. And that just looks like a normal seatbelt type guitar strap, right? We've got the adjustment slider so you can make it longer or shorter for whatever you need. But here's where it's different. We've got clips on both ends. So we have quick release little like belt buckle clips on each end. Well, how do you hook that to a guitar? Guitars don't have those clips on them, right? That's where the accessories come in. And this is a little bit more work potentially than installing a typical guitar strap that you just put over the existing strap button on a guitar. But look at this. Here are the clips that they go into, and you see we've got a 4-layer thick reinforced area with that hole. That's where the screw for your guitar strap goes. And this actually comes with a variety of different types of screws. So you can pick the color or shape that works right for yours, as well as the different spacers that you may need, different colors, different types of material. We even got a couple guitar picks. Oh my, these are interesting guitar picks too. They're not just normal guitar picks. They have like a little raised grippy section on them to help keep you from dropping them, and a sticker, because who doesn't like stickers, right? So all of those go together. You take the screw on your strap button off. So if we use this as an example, this is the strap button. A normal guitar strap slides over that. In this case, you'll take a screwdriver, remove the screw, put this under here so that that hole lines up with the screw hole, put one of these longer screws back through it because we have a little additional height here. And now your strap button's still up there, but you've got this clip that now you can clip into it. And the idea is the typical guitar strap that goes on these strap buttons can pop off. When that happens, you drop your guitar. You can break your guitar. That's bad. We want to avoid that. These aren't going to pop off. Once you clip these in, you're probably going to break the guitar before this pops loose, you know, from the clip here like that. This isn't going to break. If you get hit hard enough, it's going to break. It's probably going to break the guitar before it breaks that clip. There we go. So if you know someone who plays a guitar on stage, this is what a lot of professional musicians use, is this type where it clicks together, because it is much less likely that when they get animated and they're really into it and they're on stage and they are rocking hard, it's less likely that something is going to pop off of the strap button and cause their guitar to fall and become damaged. So there we go. This is some next level guitar strap action right here. Okay, next. Okay, sticking with the guitar theme. If you're following along on Amazon, I have just selected the Van Gogh. It's a power supply for guitar pedals. So guitar pedals change the tone of the guitar. All right, and this one is still sealed shut, so we're gonna have to break the seal. We'll open it up. This is the PS1, and what's really unique about this, the reason we're talking about this, because there's not a lot special about power supplies. Everyone makes power supplies, right? Well, yeah, not everyone makes power supplies that have a battery built in. Typically, you have to power this off of like a wall wart, a little transformer that you plug in, and then that'll be your input. This actually has an on-off button here. you can turn it on. Look at that. It's not plugged in. I just took it out of the box. It has not been plugged in, and now it's on. It is ready to power some guitar pedals because it has a battery built in. We have a USB-C charging port over here and an output. You can use this to power other items. This is a battery power brick that also happens to power guitar pedals if that's what you need it to do. There's a little vent on this end to let some of that heat out. And then across here, these are all 9-volt. They're all 100 milliamp, except for the last one on the end is a 300 milliamp. If you have a 9-volt, if you need a higher amperage output than the 100 milliamp, that's a typical pedal is going to use, 25 to 75, maybe 100 milliamps. You have one higher if you have a pedal that's a little power hungry. So you plug it in, you charge it up, and you can play with it without having it plugged in. You can also plug it in and power it along the way using your USB cable. You don't have to run it off the battery. You can plug it in and run it off the USB cable. But it also has all your little power cords. These are what you're going to plug into the front of the power supply and into the side or the back of your guitar pedals to power them. And we've got, looks like 7. If I'm counting right, it's 7 plus the USB cable. Some number, whatever the number is, it's probably the number that matches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right. So we can power 7 pedals. We have 7 cables plus the power supply cable. And I turned it on when I put it back in the box. Let's turn that off again. Oh, look at that. You can see the battery. I forgot to point out the battery meter that's over here. So you can see the battery has a full charge. It has 4 green bars. So we'll turn that off. Yeah, pretty cool. That, especially if you're playing a party or a little gig where you don't have power to plug in. You don't want to pull an extra cord up on this stage to plug in your pedal board. This makes it a whole lot easier. You don't even have to worry about that. Okay, next. Another guitar part, and one that I really like, and I'm going to grab my prop again. There we go. Keep using this Les Paul as a prop. Here at the top, see, this is a Bernie. It's an old early 2000s model. This is how you do a clip-on tuner. So I have clipped it on, and let's see if we can turn it towards the camera. There we go. You can see it a little bit better that way. You can see how it pivots all over the place. This is a Donner, but it's also got a magnetic base. This literally comes off, and I can take a little metal disc with adhesive on it and stick it somewhere down here on my guitar, and then this will there's a magnet in the bottom. This will stick in place. So if I have a normal guitar like this, I can just leave that. I can clip that on and then magnetically put this in place. And I got to show you, the display on this is bright and super easy to read. I absolutely love the display on that. So that works just fine like that. But what if I have a headless guitar? So bear with me for a sec while I get another prop. Actually, this one has kind of a thin head, and it will clip on there, but just barely. But let's say it didn't. If it didn't clip on here the way I wanted it, then I could take this, put the little metal disc that comes with it, stick it on here with adhesive, and stick my tuner on that magnet so it's down here where I can see it as I'm playing and tuning the guitar. So it's a really neat little tuner that has a bright, easy to read display, and it reacts very quickly. It's important when you're tuning a guitar, is that it reacts quickly. It reacts very quickly, but it also has that bonus of you can detach the body of the tuner from the clip and use it on a magnet, on a little piece of metal. All right. Clip-on tuners are amazing. I remember back in the day, you used to have a big plug-in tuner, a chromatic tuner that you had to deal with. Yes, G-Webs, we are live. This is live. Okay. Oh, if any of my family's watching this, I hate that I'm surprising you. Next, we're going to move on to my Santa costume that I'm going to wear when we show up at Christmas. When it's time for the whole family, the extended family Christmas, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be rocking. Badal. There we go. This has a full Santa outfit. So we've got the hat, the jacket. We got a little bit of everything here. I got the triple XL because I'm not that big around, but I am 6'4", so I do need something a little bit large. I'm a little hesitant to take everything out here because I don't know I'm going to be able to fit it back in. But, you know, for the sake of this, we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to take the whole thing out. So here it is all bundled up. You can see this is a patriotic Santa. Heck, I may even put this on for you. We shall see. I'll definitely put the hat on for you. So here we go. I got a Santa hat. Oh, wow. Okay. This is metal. I thought this was going to be shiny plastic. This is like a metal belt buckle with a buck, and that's a reindeer. So we got a reindeer. The buckle is on there, and this is a full belt that'll go all the way around. All right. I'm getting kind of excited about this. There's a bell and glasses and a beard in here. You know what? I don't want to get that out yet. Okay. I'm not going to show you wearing the little pullover boots because you can't see my feet here anyway while I'm sitting here at the desk. Let's see. What do we got here? These appear to be Santa shorts. All right. Is that what this is? No, this is the Santa bag. This is what you carry the gifts in. All right. Well, shorts didn't make sense to me. I don't know why I said that. All right. These are the pants. We got stripy pants. And again, these are triple X, so they're rather large. There we go. We got pants here, and we have the jacket. You know what? Why not? We're going to see if I have room to do this. I'm going to pull these on, see what they look like for you. Lucky for me, I was wearing pants when I decided to stand up because that could have been unfortunate. All right, so how does this work? So we have little buttons here holding the jacket shut. And they're sewn on, so I got to be careful. Okay, that was just up at the collar, and then it has a zipper. Oh, this is neat. This is a little bit more complex than I was expecting. All right. Getting my zipper zipped up here. So Pete asked, will those boots go over ice skates? I think they will. And that's actually a really neat idea. We've been talking about going skating. I played hockey for 10 or 12 years. I've played over 1,000 hockey games. And I think because these are open at the bottom, they just go over the top. I think that if I cut this little elastic, I could pull these down over my hockey skates. Oh, this is a really neat idea. I like where we're going with this. All right, so we've got the jacket. We've got the pants under here. We've got the Santa hat. Santa hat's a little big around. I don't have a huge melon. We have the belt. I think the belt goes over the jacket. I feel like I'm putting on a professional wrestling belt. I'll be honest with you. All right, so we got to pull this in a lot. All right, so that's how this is going to fit. And I'm not going to do the boots right now. Let's see what we have in here. All right, how do I open this gracefully? That is taped together. You can hear the bell. Here's the Santa bell. We're going to set that aside. Santa glasses. I am wearing glasses. I'm just going to leave these on. But you see fake glasses with the little wire rim. I may put them on in a minute. I got to see. Oh, we got a pair of white gloves, which is good. This is a very thorough costume. I'm kind of excited about how good this is. Where do we open this one? There we go, up here at the top. Oh my goodness. It's hair? What in the world? All right, I'll be honest, I'm not sure exactly. Okay, I think I see how this works. If I'm doing this right, I'm not even sure if I'm doing this right. There we go. And that explains why the hat is so big, because it's got to fit over here. Ho, ho, ho. All right, and we even got the little bell here. I don't think I have the beard situated perfectly. I'm gonna have to read the directions on that. Yep, bell actually sounds pretty good. All right, there we go. We got the patriotic Santa, and complete with the metal belt buckle and everything. And all right, I gotta admit, it's better than I expected. Far better than I expected. All right. Next, let's talk about some darn tough socks. I'm going to leave all this on because I feel pretty awesome in here. Darn tough. There we go. You can see the brand up here. These, I got several pair of these. I hadn't opened these yet. I've opened and worn a few pair, and I gave a couple pair of these to one of my kids that worked doing trail building all summer. So she was out in the woods wearing boots and working on trails for the entire summer. And darn tough socks are what she chooses to use for that. Couple good things about them. Number one, they have a lifetime guarantee. So you wear them out, you have any problems with them, you send them back, they send you new. Actually, you have to go read darn tough on what it says. No strings, no conditions for life. I don't know what the process is for that, but they have a very good warranty, very well known in the industry. They're very comfortable. These are made, it says micro crew midweight with cushion, but the important part, they're merino wool. Merino wool helps with odor control. It keeps the funk from growing on your feet that causes odor. And they also wear very well. They wick moisture away from your feet so you don't get funky foot and blisters and all of that as easily. Very good socks. If you know someone who does any sort of outdoor stuff, they don't have to be doing crazy aggressive outdoor things to like darn tough socks. So great choice for anyone who wears shoes and wears socks are darn tough socks. All right, next. And I believe we are getting close to the end. We've only got a few products left. Next, we're going to go for something that I got because I know some kids who love Minecraft. I know a lot of kids do. So maybe you know someone who does. And unfortunately, we have a label that got stuck over the front of this. I'm just going to show you the back of it because I tore out the Santa costume. I don't want to deal with getting this out of the box. This is a 5 foot by 3 foot pool floaty that looks like the creeper from Minecraft. So I'm pretty sure I know who I'm going to give that to. And I think they're going to be really excited because these are kids who play Minecraft all the time. It may be winter right now here in North America, but eventually it'll warm up and they'll want to take it to the pool, or they could use it to sleep on around the house. So, but for a Minecraft fan, that could be a really neat gift. And as we're shooting this video, it's on a 25% off discount. I don't know how long it's going to last. Don't assume. Check if you're on Amazon. Check the link. Go see what the price is today. But anyhow, next we're going to move on to another gift that I got for my wife. This is the Be Kind shirt for women. And I have Santa costume parts in the way. I got to find it. Here we go. There it is. I'm going to get this out and show it to you because I really think my wife's going to like this. I am not always the greatest gift giver, but I think the two shirts that I got her, the one I showed you earlier in this one, I think she's going to be pretty happy with these. Actually, I know she will. Look at this. Got a nice design on it. Hearts, flowery looking things. It says Be Kind. We've got a nice dark kind of heather gray, soft, not too thick, not too thin, about the right thickness. I think she is going to be very, very pleased with this shirt. It'll go well with that other shirt that I got her already. Next. And we are moving on to the very last item of this live, assuming I can find it. Ah, here it is. Okay. Again, the dangers of having 40 items in a live, because you may lose track of where something is. So again, for my wife, who I sure hope isn't watching this because she'll see half of her Christmas presents in here. She needed a sealable mug that will fit in the cup holder of her car. A lot of the big cups that people like to carry now, they don't fit well in the cup holder of a car. This is sized to fit in that cup holder and it doesn't leak. It screws on tight and seals up so it doesn't leak. Here we go. Whoa, that screws in. Double wall, vacuum sealed, stainless on the inside. This lid has a little rubber gasket up at the top and it screws on. So if she drops it, which happens sometimes, you know, she's a teacher, she goes into school where she's carrying books and homework. Sometimes she drops something. This is less likely to pop apart. Very nice little coffee mug. Not too huge. She doesn't need to be all jacked up on caffeine all day. Just the right size. Just what she needs. So there we go. If that looks interesting to you, please click the link down below if you're on Amazon. If you're on another platform, it's not Amazon, then look in the description and there's a link that'll take you to the Amazon Live where you'll see all these products tagged below. So we'll make it easy for you. That's the easiest way to find all these products. That wraps up everything for this live. Thank you so much. Please, whatever platform you're on, give us a like, give us a follow. We're going to do lives periodically throughout the coming year. So if you want to see those lives, there is a notification option. There's a follow option on Amazon, or if you're on another platform, see what's available to you there. There are a lot of different ways that you can follow along with what we're doing. Feel free to reach out if you have anything that I have friends giving me a hard time that I'm wearing a Santa costume and a wig, but hey, it's for a live. And I thought it would be worthwhile. I thought you guys would appreciate it. So there we go. I'm in patriotic Santa garb for you, complete with the stripy pants and the big Rudolph belt buckle and everything. I hope you enjoyed as much as I have. We'll see you on the next live.